When you're applying for a job, the impression you make, whether you come off as intelligent, rational, and compassionate, for example, may be very important above and beyond the contents of your resume. But how do you convey traits like those to a potential employer? Chicago Boost Nick Epley says that having the employer hear your voice can help.
There are lots of domains in life where the kind of mind that we convey to other people has important implications for how other people treat us. If you are trying to hire somebody else for a job, of course you want to hire somebody who seems mindful, who seems thoughtful and intelligent and rational and capable of feeling compassion and empathy for others. That is, you want to hire somebody who seems to have a thoughtful, human-like mind. In some of our research, we find that the way in which you interact with somebody then has important consequences for these kinds of outcomes. So in one experiment, we had MBA students here at the University of Chicago, some of the best MBA students on the planet, who are in the business of interviewing for jobs. They're here in part to be trained in ways that allow them to do their jobs effectively, and of course they're also trying to get the best jobs that they can to put their skills to good use. An elevator pitch is just a 2 to 3 minute statement where I, as a candidate, try to explain to you, ideal employer, why I am the perfect candidate for your job.
The researchers had students come into their lab and give them an elevator pitch for their dream job. They captured a video version and also had the students write out their pitch. From these materials, they got 4 different versions of the pitch. One version written by the students, one transcript of the spoken pitch, one audio recording of the pitch, and one video recording of the pitch. Then they asked professional recruiters to evaluate them.
And in all of these experiments, what we had our observers do was report how mindful they thought the person was, how thoughtful, intelligent, and rational the potential employee was. We had them rate how much their impression of the person overall, to what extent did they have a positive versus negative impression of the potential job applicant. And we also had them report how interested they would be in hiring this person for a job if they were actually doing this in real life.
The researchers found that the potential employers viewed the students as more thoughtful, intelligent, and mindful when they heard what they had to say, rather than reading either the transcript or the written pitch. They also formed a more positive impression when they heard the pitches, and were more likely to report wanting to hire the student. Seeing the students delivering their pitches, as opposed to just hearing them, didn't significantly affect the recruiters' impressions.
Interestingly, we found that people themselves didn't seem to appreciate the importance of the context in which they were conveying their message for how they would be judged. So our MBA students did not predict that they would be judged meaningfully differently depending on whether somebody could hear them or read them, when in fact they were judged meaningfully differently. We also found in a survey that we conducted of folks online where we asked them to say how they would rather interact with somebody in order to seem most intelligent, most thoughtful, most rational. A majority of people, about 75% of people, said that they would be more interested in writing to somebody than in speaking to somebody. Our data suggests that, in fact, that's a bad intuition. Our data suggests that precisely the opposite could be true in everyday life, where your mind tends to be conveyed through your voice.
The data suggest that if you communicate verbally, you are likely to be perceived as more thoughtful and intelligent, which is important for more than just employment.
If you're not just trying to get a job, convince somebody that you're a thoughtful, intelligent person, but if you're also trying to get somebody to take you seriously, trying to persuade somebody to change their mind, to take your arguments seriously, you probably want to have them hear, quite literally, what you have to say, because the presence of your thoughtful, intelligent mind comes through your voice more than you might imagine.